In this video, we're going to have a look at some examples to determine profit and loss, and then we'll have a look at how to use that figure to create a percentage profit or a percentage loss. Now, in this first example, we've got a person who purchases a house for $300,000 and then sells it for $395,000. So the extra money that applies there is called a profit. The person sells it for more than what they bought it for, so they've made some money. To determine the percentage profit, what we do is first of all calculate that profit, which is the selling price minus the cost price, and then to determine the percentage, we put that profit over the original price or the cost price. In other words, we divide the profit by the cost price and multiply it by 100. Let's have a look at the example here where we've got a person who's bought the house for $300,000. We'll write down the selling price and the cost price, and from that we can determine a profit by doing a subtraction between the two. In other words, the selling price is $95,000 more than the cost price. To calculate the percentage profit, now what we do is divide 95,000 by the cost price, which was 300,000, and multiply that fraction by 100. So when we do that, we get a percentage profit of 31.67%. In other words, our profit is 31.67% of what we purchased the house for. In our next example, Billy the bargain hunter went and purchased some jewellery. He purchased it for a cost price of $250 and then sold it online for $200. In other words, he sold it for an amount that was less than what he purchased it for. In this case, he's made a loss. Now, we could work out the loss in two ways. We could do as before and go selling price minus cost price, but it will be negative. So we can put a negative in front of that result, or we can just say that the loss is the cost price minus the selling price. To determine the percentage loss, it's very similar to before. What we do is we take that loss and divide it by the cost price and then multiply it by 100. So in this example, the selling price is $200. The cost price is $250. We can work out the loss by doing a subtraction of those two amounts, and that comes to $50. So we know it's a loss because it costs more than what we actually sold it for. So the percentage loss is determined by putting the 50 over the cost price, which was 250, or saying 50 divided by 250, and then multiplying that by 100. And when we do that, we get a percentage loss of 20%, which means that our loss is 20% of the value of what we purchased it for.